I never thought it would happen to me. You know how people always say, that won't happen to me when it comes to bad stuff. Yeah, I was that person. I mean, I'm careful with my stuff. I always keep an eye on my gear. I lock my bags. But there I was, in a bustling city on the other side of the world, getting ready for what was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime. And then it happened. My camera gear, gone. Stolen. Just like that. I had been walking through a crowded market when I realized my bag was lighter than usual. I turned around in a panic, only to see that the zipper was wide open and everything that was inside was gone. Everything. My heart sank. I immediately felt that cold rush of disbelief. How could this be happening to me? I've heard all the horror stories, but I always thought I'd be the exception. I spent the next few hours retracing my steps, asking everyone if they'd seen anything suspicious, but it was hopeless. That's when I realized I was stuck. Not just financially, though that was bad enough. I was in a foreign country, without the very tools I needed to enjoy my trip. A trip I had spent months planning, and now it felt like it was all crumbling apart. And yet, in that moment, when everything seemed to be falling apart, something unexpected happened. I remembered I had bought travel insurance before I left. It was one of those just-in-case decisions, you know? I never really thought I'd need it, but now, standing there, devastated, I clung to that tiny thread of hope. I pulled out my phone and checked my email. Sure enough, there it was, the policy details from Insure. I'm not even going to lie. I didn't fully understand what was covered when I first signed up. But now, I was counting on it. I immediately contacted them, and to my surprise, the process was actually really smooth. I didn't have to jump through hoops, didn't have to waste days waiting for a response. I just explained what happened, sent over the details, and within days, they confirmed the claim. It felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. I was still upset, still angry at myself for not being more careful, but knowing that I wasn't going to be financially ruined helped ease some of that stress. I ended up getting a reimbursement for my stolen equipment, which was more than I ever expected. It wasn't just about the money. It was about peace of mind. And honestly, it made the rest of my trip so much more enjoyable. I could finally focus on what mattered. The experiences, the memories, the moments I wanted to capture. So here's what I learned from all of this. Travel insurance isn't just for medical emergencies or flight cancellations. It's a safety net, something you don't realize you need until you're in a situation where you feel totally helpless. When something goes wrong and you're thousands of miles away from home, that safety net is everything. It's what made all the difference for me. And I know, buying insurance can feel like an extra cost, something you don't want to deal with when you're already shelling out for flights, accommodation, and everything else. But trust me, it's worth it. Because the truth is, life happens. And sometimes, those little just-in-case decisions can save you from a total meltdown. I'll be honest, I wouldn't have known what to do without my insurance coverage. I probably would have been stuck with a huge financial loss, plus the emotional toll of having my gear stolen in a place where I didn't know anyone. But I didn't have to face that. I found a solution. And for me, that solution was Insure. It wasn't a miracle, but it sure felt like one. So if you're planning a big trip, or even just a weekend getaway, think about this. It's not about being paranoid or expecting the worst. It's about protecting yourself from the unexpected. You never know when you might need that safety net. And trust me, it's better to have it and not need it than to be left high and dry. If you're curious, check out Insure. It's the travel insurance hack I didn't know I needed until I needed it the most. I can't promise that it'll fix everything, but it sure made my trip a whole lot easier. And if I can help one person avoid the mess I found myself in, then that's worth sharing.